Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Larry Bodenheimer, and today we're taking a look at Disco. Disco is a 32-bit Trojan. Over here in this folder, we have the malware itself and an MD5 for the malware, because some of you like to follow along during the video or afterwards. So go ahead and take the time now if you would like to note down this MD5, and then we can get started. Now that you've taken a look at that MD5 file, let's go ahead and take a look in VirusTotal. So in VirusTotal, this has 26 out of 74 detections with a community score of -1. Its popular threat label was MSAL/Disco, and these are the family labels over here. So who's detecting this? We've got Avast, AVG, BCAF Pro, CrowdStrike, and ESET, Google, Kaspersky, McAfee, Microsoft, Symantec, and that's about it. So who's not detecting it? Well, it's not being detected by Avira, Bitdefender, no surprise there, ClamAV, what else? MZSoft does not detect this yet, Malwarebytes, Palo Alto Networks, and that seems to be about it, but Webroot doesn't detect it either for those of you that still use it. We take a look at the details. Here's your MD5, your SHA-1, and your SHA-256. The creation time was 2012. Kind of doubt that. The first submission was 20 minutes ago. Well, at this time, I guess 31 minutes ago. And the last submission and last analysis was 11 minutes ago. So do with that as you will. Names are bubbly2.exe and a random string of characters.exe. File is not signed. If we go to relations, so far it's only connected to one IP address that VirusTotal has picked up, and there's only been 3 bundled files, none of which have been scanned. We go to behavior. Again, we don't spend much time on behavior on this channel, but I do come by here for anyone that likes to take a look. However, the only thing we have here is the sandbox Zenbox flagging this as malware evader. No IDS rules and no signal rules. And we go to community. We got away from Jaffa for one video. The only person who has analyzed this 1 minute ago was Nike Analytics. So now that we've taken a look at that in VirusTotal, let's go ahead and show the tools that we're going to be using for this video. We have Process Hacker, Fiddler Classic, Wireshark, and Process Explorer. The last thing we're going to do before we run the malware, let's go ahead and take a look at the properties for this file. We go to details. It has a random bunch of details. So if you're taking a look at this, it's not going to try to hide itself anymore. And it also has no signature. But it does have a file version and product version, which is 9.13.18.22. Language is language neutral, and the original file name is bubbly2.exe. Now that we've taken a look at that, the last thing to do is run the malware. So let's move Process Hacker over here and scroll down. We are at the bottom. And let's run the malware. Do you want to allow this app from an unknown publisher to make changes to your device? Of course I do. And it opens consent. What's this? Fiddler has been detected on your computer. Since it can be used for malicious ending, the program will be deleted from your computer. No! Not my Fiddler! Anything but my Fiddler. Oh. They didn't delete Fiddler. And the malware's still here too. Interesting. Let me try it again. Fiddler's but I'm not going to do that again. Global fall. Interesting. So, unfortunately, for this video, it looks like we are one program down. We are going to have to remove... Oh? It's still running this time. Huh. Now, in testing, I tried this twice, and it would not do anything until I remove Fiddler from the computer, but this time it looks like it's actually working. Huh. If I take a look at Fiddler, I don't see anything direct in HTTP. If we go to Wireshark, that's MDNS and ICMP. I'm not too worried about that. Let's see, what was that one IP that it was picking up with no detections? Because I do want to look and see if that actually gets pulled up. So we go to relations. It was 192.168.075. Okay, let's refresh this page really quick. Okay, we could still do that. That's fine enough. I don't see the program open either. I just see command.exe open. So here's what I'm going to do. We can use Wireshark for looking on HTTP. That's fine. So unfortunately, for this video, we have to remove our good friend, Fiddler. I hate to see him go. He grew up so fast. Alright, let's get rid of Fiddler Classic. Uninstall. That's still running, right. Let's go ahead and close Fiddler. Uninstall. Yes. Uninstall. Should I delete all progress Telerik Fiddler Classic related settings? Please do. And close. Now, let's try to run the malware again. Run as administrator. Yes. And this time we can see it's running under explorer.exe. We're not getting any pop-ups indicating that we have Wireshark or that we have Process Hacker or Process Monitor or even Red Shot or Autopsy. So the fact that it detected Fiddler and not Wireshark is pretty interesting. Alright, we still have access to the internet. That's fine. And if you're wondering why I keep checking to see if we have access to the internet, just keep your pants on for a second. I am thunking. I am big thinking right now. So if we go over here just to make sure that this is actually command prompt. There you go. What else? We could take a look at Wireshark and see if there's anything else new. We've got a bunch of MDNS and a bunch of LLMNR, but we're not going to be able to see much from that. We could try looking up that IP, 192.168.0.75, IP.ADR equals, and no connections. Oh, we're going to have to make our own connections then. Let's see, I think we had like 500 or so packets before I ran the malware, so let's scroll down to about here. We got a bunch of connections to 74.125.34.46, which we saw in another malware video, I'm pretty sure. I believe that's Google. So let's try it. 74. Oh, I think I accidentally turned off numlock. Yeah, I did. 74.125.34.46. Secure site not available. Hey! And then it takes you straight to Google. The requested URL was not found on the server. That's all we know. Very interesting that it says that it can't be run in HTTPS, though. Just something to keep in mind. What else do we have? What else? Let's go back to Wireshark. Oh, install util.exe. Oh, we're doing stuff. It took forever, but we're doing stuff. Bubbly2.exe is still open. So let's run that through VirusTotal as well. That's a little too small. There we go. Let's go ahead and duplicate this tab. And I'm going to move install util.exe. Okay, fair enough. Doesn't look suspicious. I'm assuming it's using... Oh, and it closed. So I'm assuming it was using a Windows property to... Or a Windows program that was already installed. Yeah, it says Net Framework Installation Utility. I haven't seen that before. That's why I got kind of suspicious. I'm more suspicious as to... Oh. We can see that it's doing. Windows cmd.exe ping 1.1.1.1. Is that with a count of 3,000? And then the other one is, it's the same thing. Interesting. I didn't know we'd actually be able to see what it was doing. I learned something new today. Process is elevated, process is in a job, process is 32-bit, and same thing for this. Console application, non-existent process, but this one is a little different. Console application, CMD, okay. Non-existent process. Huh? Huh. Interesting. So it has different notes, but it looks to be doing the same process. Interesting. We still have internet. I'm just going to come out and say what it did last time because for some reason it doesn't seem to be working this time. Of course, nothing's going to work in the live test, but what it was doing last time is it actually changed to a proxy server. And what it did was, if we go to Ethernet settings and then go to proxy, it was setting up a manual proxy with localhost on port 8888. And that was preventing me from using the internet at all. I don't know why it's not working now. It's just not. Which is very peculiar to me as to why it happened one time and didn't happen the other. So I'm going to go back to Wireshark. We got to find something. I mean, all of these connections to 7.4 are very interesting. Oh, here we go. Okay. We have something new. 64223, or sorry, 233, 176, 147. Secure site not available. Continue to HTTP, and it takes us to Google. Okay. What is with all of these secure site not available indicators? Because that didn't happen in testing. And then proxy did happen, and now in live testing on this video, we're getting weird stuff. Okay. We've got a reset from 7.4. We looked at that before. That was the Google one that said there was no information. What the heck is all this? Okay. Interesting. We have quite a few packets to sift through. But I feel like this isn't going to give us the information that we need. I feel like our information is going to be found in Process Explorer. But I'm doing a quick look through real quick, just to see if anything jumps out at me. 13715558. 13715558. Secure site not available. Aha! This probably is not going to allow us to connect. So if I go to whois, and we go to this one, let's copy that. LibreWolf can't establish a connection to the server. And because we don't have Fiddler open, we couldn't see if it was a connection refused or if it just timed out. So this is parent net13 direct allocation Microsoft Corporation. OneDrive Cloud thing? Possibly. But not guaranteed. I didn't see anything about cloud or OneDrive. It's very interesting that we're getting a lot of connections from it. Our answers are most likely going to, oh, here we go. 0 window probe, 0 window probe acknowledgement. From, yeah, okay. So our answers are going to be found in Process Explorer. There's no reason in looking at that anymore. And this is still running, including install utility. But that's being run under command prompt? No, it's being run under Explorer. Okay, so let's go over to filter. We're going to go to process name is bubbly2.exe. And then operation is create file. Yes. Und now Vivate. So we have 1,090 events. Okay. It deleted its prefetch in the WoW64 log. Let's go ahead and expand the path. What all is it deleting? So we've got some DLLs that we've seen on the channel before. VC runtime, usurp base, MS core, a config file, local GAC. Okay, more DLLs. I'm not too interested in the DLLs we've seen a million times because that's not going to give us much. Here we go. Assembly native images ZY81B. Okay, let's keep an eye out for more of that in the future. Bubbly2.ini. Visual Basic stuff. Microsoft V9921E851 number sign. Okay. Version.dll deleted this whole path for system core. Interesting. And then system.dll is the same. Here's a bunch of deleted stuff, and this is under ZY81B resources.dll, resources.exe, and then more of that. Okay. Prof API, bcrypt, shell32.dll, http debugger browser.dll. It's creating a lot of stuff. And then we've got, I'm actually not sure what that is. Command.exe name not found. So for some reason it dropped command prompt in its own folder and then deleted it. Something to keep in mind. Is directory name not found. So despite being so obvious, if you try to install it with Fiddler installed, this does a pretty good job of actually hiding what it does, which is concerning. Ol32, yeah, remote procedure call, we've seen these before. There's that ZY81B again. Microsoft, okay, I'm gonna scroll down a little more. Let's see if I see like a huge chain. Here we go. Core, yeah, it's just more DLLs we've seen before. ZY81B. Okay. Let's scroll all the way down to the bottom, and we should see, yep, install util.exe. Let's see if that created anything suspicious. So we're going to go to process name is install util.exe. Add, yes. Operation canceled. The list view may be incomplete. Okay, let's try again. Hello. Filter, install util, okay. Oh, crap. I didn't actually add it. Go back. Fourth time is the charm. Process name is install util.exe. Yes. Taking its sweet time. Okay. Not nearly as many events this time. Let's scroll up to the top. Prefetch is gone. The WAL64 is gone. Sort defaults. MS Core. Ol32. Native images new. And install util.ini. Okay. So it's definitely doing stuff and things. But yet again, we're not actually seeing anything too suspicious. WinHTTP.dll, kernelbase.dol.mui, more.muis, secure32.dll, encrypt, crypt32, propsys, caches, EDP util. What the heck is that? Stored in pictures? Jump to. There's no way that's still there. It's still here. What? Now that's something I didn't see during testing. What the heck is that? Okay, I'm gonna scroll. Why is it in pictures? And why is it still here? So let's duplicate 2 more tabs for the... It's still going. It's still doing stuff. What? Okay. Duplicate another one. So I'm going to analyze this. Excuse me? Contains embedded JavaScript. Community 1. Simple ransomware Ransomware. Copyright IP Logger 2010. And this has no detections? Yeah, true to its word, contacted domains business Bing CDN IP logger counter yadro.ru. And of course, the only execution parents are malicious. Reanalyze that. Oh, come on. Give me a break. Reanalyze that. Is this another IP logger? Looks to be. Or it may just be the same exact one with a different name. Huh. Let's see. This was last analyzed a moment. Yeah, it's got to be the same one then. That is so weird. I don't. Why is it storing it somewhere obvious like pictures? I don't know. Slip on their part? Done intentionally? Who knows? It's still creating them. And if we run it, the file or directory is corrupted and unreadable. Right. Let's go back to Wireshark one more time. There's gotta be something I'm missing here. What could it be? The 7.4. We've been getting connections from the 7.4 the whole time. So there's something that this is not telling us. Because while the whole time this malware has been running. Wait, that's the wrong one. But the whole time this malware has been running, this has been getting connections back and forth. And it just takes us to 400. That's an error. The requested URL was not found on the server. That's all we know. That's all you know, huh? Alright, so if we take a look over here, this is Cloudflare? Oh, that's SourceForge, sorry. We're going to ignore that. 404 not found for the Google URL. 200 okay. And that's from Google again. Branding images, Google logo, Google color. Okay, move permanently. Is that? The heck is that? We tried that before, but this is giving a 301, not a 404. Let me try that again. Where is it? Copy as... No, not copy as filter. What am I doing? Copy as value. And that takes us to Google. Uh-huh. Right. Connect test.txt. That's for Microsoft. Okay. Digicert. That's fine. Whatever it's doing a really good job of hiding it. But I'm definitely under the belief that this IP is leading to something that has to do with that malware. Could I be wrong? I mean, a pig could fly if you shoot it out of a catapult, so anything's possible, but it's like I would put my YouTube channel on the fact that it's going through this IP. 108.177.122.106. Secure site unavailable. And this is going to be another connection refusal. So very suspicious of the 108 as well. And if we copy that and go back to whois, enter domain or IP, Google Cloud? No, it's not Google Cloud, it's just Google. Problem loading page, can't establish a connection to the server. Okay. Yeah, if it was Google Cloud, it would say it over here. It would say Google Cloud customers or clients or something like that. But it's not doing that. Okay, well, I believe that's going to be all that we'll be able to glean from this video. I will take one more look at the file itself in VirusTotal. Detects debug environment, which is correct in a way because it detected Fiddler. It's idle, made in assembly, and it spreads. That is true. And still no rules. And the one relation we have is this IP, which if I try to connect, it's going to be a connection refusal. I'm really surprised and curious as to why it changed my proxy setting in the first in the test, and then in this live test it didn't. Well, something to think about for the future. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. If there's anything that I didn't do in this video you'd like to see for future videos, let me know. My name is Larry Bodenheimer, you guys have been amazing, and I will see you in the next one.